Hello, friends, my loyal followers of this great pig milking cult. Welcome to another episode of the Cumcast. This week's beer of the week is called DuPage, from Two Brothers Brewing Company. This is a farmhouse French country style ale with a 6.2% ABV and a 3.6 bottle cap rating on Untappd.com. This is inspired by the two brothers' time living in France. This food-friendly ale is deep amber in color with a toasty and sweet caramel start. It finishes with just enough hops to clean off the palate. Bon appetit. This beer is actually, it was very interesting to taste. I've never had a French country-style ale before, so it's heavier like a porter is a heavier ale, but it does have that amber color, and it does taste a little lighter like an amber ale. So it's a good mix of the two, and that's why it's so interesting to try. But so go and please get some Domaine DuPage from Two Brothers Brewing and all of the other wonderful beers they have to offer there. Now let's get in the episode. Longtime friend and first-time guest, Mr. Grant Volkmar. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Cumcast. I am Ryan, as always, your host, and joining me is Cody. What's up, everybody out there in this great pig milking cult? I hope you got your pink robes in the mail. Oh, you didn't? That's because we don't have Stamps.com, and this podcast is not a sponsor of Stamps.com.
And if we had robes, they're not going to be fucking pink.
Oh, damn.
They're not going to be white either, you racist.
Oh, damn. I love that movie. Have you seen it? I'm a Dapper Dan man.
Yeah. But they also sung that song during the rally, so FYI.
It's off of a movie. I'm not racist.
And last episode, our beer was Florida Cracker.
Damn, not a good rebound. In my defense, it's a movie. I'm not racist. I love all people. And also, I didn't make the beer. So
that's true.
I am null and void of all charges, sir.
True.
Welcome, Mr. Grant Volkmar.
Hi, guys. What movie is that?
Oh, Brother Wartha.
Oh, shit.
Have you seen it?
I have, yeah.
He's been trying very hard to contain himself.
I don't remember. I've seen hundreds and hundreds of movies. I'm kind of like a movie nerd,
right.
And I can't remember the end of any movie I've ever seen.
Really?
That's like kind of my thing. Like I just...
So
that one's weird though. Like it ends like they never find the treasure and a big flood comes by.
Yeah, it's just like...
And that's it.
And yeah, it's just like, hey, we're gonna... So you didn't miss anything.
Okay.
Right.
Everything floods while there's like creepy stereo music playing in the background. And George Clooney's like underwater, but not underwater.
Honestly, it's like Deliverance, but they escape from prison instead of being free people.
Nobody gets fucked in the ass.
I'm pretty sure they fucking did. They were in prison. All right.
Babyface Nelson, man, he killed all them cows.
He
you
did.
Remember that part?
No, I don't. Maybe I haven't seen it. I remember watching it, or it was on like my freshman year of high school. They played it at school because it's all a modern interpretation of the Odyssey.
Basically,
is that right?
Because it's creepy like the Odyssey.
Honestly, like
it's creepy like a 2,000-year-old story.
Honestly, like sirens and shit. Is that what you're talking about?
It's like okay, so Quentin Tarantino. I'm pretty sure his life is the Odyssey, basically.
Did he direct that movie?
No.
Oh, okay.
But Quentin Tarantino does that same creepy shit.
I don't know. I figured like Odyssey was like, is it like a mythical type of shit?
It is.
That's what I thought. Cause like,
it's like an old Greek, like Homer wrote it. And
well,
Homer's code for
it's
like,
just like, oh,
infinite Greek people.
You know what would be great? George fucking Clooney.
I mean, I get like the Odyssey part because like those three girls like down by the river, it was kind of like a siren type of thing, like drawing people in.
Fun fact: George Clooney does absolutely nothing besides drink Nespresso.
Pretty much. Actually, he owns Nespresso, so fuck you.
Does he?
He owns Nespresso.
What?
Are you sure?
I don't know if maybe he doesn't own Nespresso.
Oh, so you're just
Bailed on that pretty quick.
We're back to like the first 6 months of podcasting when you're like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Mormons only exist, in like Utah. And I'm just like,
I didn't say that.
Example. I was like,
let's say that before you're just spouting shit like I am.
And okay, example. And he was just starting spouting shit. I was like, hold on.
Like,
do you
Honey Boo Boo's hot.
I was like, hold on. Do you actually know that? And you go, I don't know. It's like then stop fucking saying it.
The best example we have is Honey Boo Boo. When I said Honey Boo Boo was hot, but she's still 14. So,
okay, yeah, it was a very.
He's the face of Nestle.
He's the face of Nespresso. It is Nestle who owns.
But he does
fucking everything.
He does co-own that tequila company. He does co-own.
What celebrity doesn't have tequila? What is it with celebrities? They just love tequila.
I don't know. Ron White has his own tequila company.
Yeah,
right.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Oh yeah.
Like, every post he's made is like, you know what I love after bench pressing 500 pounds? A fifth of Terramana tequila.
Does he own tequila?
Terramana tequila.
Oh, really?
It's 100% mail order, and it's like the #1 tequila in the United States now.
Huh. Dan Aykroyd has that Crystal Skull.
Yeah,
or that's vodka.
Dan Aykroyd is like super into aliens.
He's always been like that.
Super into aliens.
Ghostbusters?
Well, when you spend that much time around John
That's
Candy,
his baby.
you gotta believe in like the afterlife.
I feel like that's not true.
My favorite scene from is the Great Outdoors at the end, and they're just dancing the Land of 1,000 Dances, and Dan Aykroyd's like dancing on the bar.
How was that the best part?
It's my favorite part.
The Big Bear Chase Me is the best part.
Big Bear Chase Me. Yeah.
Big Bear Chase Me, and it just knocks down the fucking door.
Have you seen that movie?
I have not seen that movie. I know for sure I haven't seen that movie.
That's a very good movie. Great Outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
It's him and John Candy?
Yeah.
Is Rick Moranis in it?
No.
Okay.
No. It's just him and John Candy, and it's like the two families meet. One is average and hardworking. The other one's like super fucking rich.
Okay.
And they like despise each other.
Fish out of water. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Uh-huh.
They like despise each other, but they meet to go camping. And,
hijinks ensue.
Yeah. It's one of those.
It was a double feature, Uncle Buck and then Great Outdoors. Double-sided.
Yeah.
Oh, same DVD?
Yeah, same DVD.
Hell
I
yeah.
miss those, though. Remember
same
when
DVDs?
remember when you could spend $10 and it was like quadruple feature. It's like, how do you fit 4 of these movies?
But it was like,
because they're only an hour long.
It's like, I just want Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but it also comes with like frogs and 3 other shitty ones. And you're just like, why did they not just have
and
the
it's
good
just like,
ones?
what the fuck is frogs? And then we watched it and I was just like, this is not bad. Besides the old lady, she gets eaten by just regular turtles.
Yeah.
Like I want a Freddy Krueger movie like Nightmare on Elm Street, but there's also like Skeleton Key.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't want that.
Pumpkinhead 4.
It's like Leprechaun in the Hood.
Yeah, exactly. You get Leprechaun, which Leprechaun and Leprechaun 2, the best. Leprechaun 3 can fuck off.
Is Jennifer Aniston in one of those?
She's in the first one.
Okay.
The very first. I think that was her first movie. And then the third one, and then after that, everybody says like In the Hood and all those are like the better ones, but I don't know.
See, back
Leprechaun in Space.
Back in the day, like you go to the $5 movie bin from Walmart, and back in the day, like I would see the quadruple or triple feature, or whatever, and I'm just looking for that one movie, and I'm just like, I guess I gotta have all these fucking add-ons.
Right. Well, that's like I got the Lost Boys one, and you're just like, oh, okay, it comes with Lost Boys 1, 2, and 3, and I'm just like, 1 and 2 are okay. I think it came with 4 too, and it was like 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I was like, well, the first 2 are all right. The first one's great, the second one's okay, and the other 2 are just hot fucking garbage.
Well, because they're like, we could sell Lost Boys for $9,
yeah,
or we could sell all 4 Lost Boys for $10.
Yeah,
so,
pretty much exactly.
It's a pretty good money making scheme. Because you got to think about it. Because the other 3 on there
are worth $1.
Bring down the value.
They are straight up worth
They bring down the market value so much.
They're straight up worth $1.
We're still making money.
Yeah.
Right. They are too.
It costs $300 to make this.
The only thing I don't get is like you see, like you have movies that were like made like in the 80s, 90s, and they still charge like $25 fucking for it. That's the shit I don't get.
Notorious B.I.G. the movie about Biggie Smalls. They want I think they want like $30 for it just on Amazon. And I was looking for one, and I could not find it. Shit. I couldn't find. I wish I could remember what it was, but I was looking for this movie, and it's not very popular. And the only thing I could find was like used, and it was like $40 for one DVD. I was like, that's insane.
I bought used before, and it was all right.
Do what?
I've bought used before. I'm pretty sure the Black Cauldron, when I bought that, it was used.
Yeah, I was looking. I wish I could remember what it was, but it was something that was like, nobody fucking watches that. I know why.
Right.
They want $40 for it, and it's used.
I mean, I use my Xbox, but I was gonna say I don't even have a DVD player anymore because I gave it to you. DVD/VHS.
Bro, I'm balling.
Yeah, that's classic.
You can tell I have money because those things are way more expensive than a DVD player.
I don't even know how fucking long we've had that thing.
We've had it since we were like 14.
I don't even know. It was ridiculous.
It's been a long time. It's been over a decade probably. But VHS, you just cannot beat VHS tapes.
No. I mean, I still don't like rewinding it. Usually I just let it fast forward through the credits and then it rewinds itself. So
I'm not gonna lie though. I'm not gonna lie. I did watch a few VHS tapes on that after you gave it to me. And once it got to the last third, it gets really loud and it sounds like it's gonna fucking blow up.
It's just
gradually it's just super fucking loud, and I'm just like, oh god. I was like, this is the last fucking one I'm gonna watch on it.
But I mean, you still got I gave you A Christmas Story from the fucking that's from the 90s.
That's original.
The boxes,
original fucking print.
The boxes tore up and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, we have we have a bunch of Jackie Chan's First Strike and Rumble in the Bronx. And,
damn right. The best ones.
While we're on movies, I was, this week, this is the first week in November, I was trying to watch V for Vendetta. I watched V for Vendetta.
Second week in November?
Whatever. I watched V for Vendetta every 5th of November, and I looked everywhere, and I could not, it's not on Netflix, it's not on Hulu. Hulu doesn't have it. You can't even fucking search it. You have to fucking rent it. I was just like, that's bullshit. Who the fuck? I was like, that's why, because people watch it once a fucking year.
The thing is, you'll do that. I've done that before, and I'll be like, I rented a movie from Amazon, and it was $3.99, and then the next week it was on fucking Netflix, and I was like, what in this fuck?
We rented a movie for $3.99 on Amazon Prime, and we forgot about it because Cheyenne can't finish a movie worth of fucking shit because she's 70 years old in her brain, and she went to sleep, so I paused it. We forgot about it for 2 days, and I had to rent it again so we can finish it.
Yeah.
I was not happy.
Not happy, man.
The things you do for love.
I've done YouTube too, but I don't know how YouTube can compete because Amazon is $3.99. You can rent a movie. Amazon's $6, so I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
I mean, excuse me, YouTube's $6.
I don't make the prices. Just bring back the 4 for 1.
Oh yeah,
because and what we forgot to mention with those 4-for-1s is that some of them were just fucking some of them were Goodfellas, Casino, Scarface, and oh shit, but then good. That one, and then you got Pumpkinhead 1 through 4.
Exactly. It's just I love the first Pumpkinhead. Oh damn it, I gotta get all 3 of these. That's what did I get? Oh, it was Freddy versus Jason. Well, that came with Jason 6, 7, and 8. There's 15 of them.
Yeah,
and they're some of them are fucking terrible.
Yeah. Well, that's the one I remember seeing the most was the Batman one, and it started in the big sellers would be the Tim Burton Batmans on it, and it'd be his Nicholson Batman, and then the one after, which is that crazy fucking thing where DeVito plays the Penguin and Christopher Walken. That movie's fucking awesome.
People still say that Christopher Walken was the best Batman. No, I don't think so.
I don't think Christopher
I think George Clooney was the best Batman.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That was when he was the hottest man of the year.
Those are the movies that they coupled, that I was about to say were shit, that they put with the Tim Burton ones. The one where Schwarzenegger is Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
And, Jim Carrey's the Riddler.
Yeah. Jim Carrey was a creep in that one.
He
The
was.
only thing
He
is,
was so good though.
take away the outfit and the cane, put him in regular clothes like he was at his school, and he's just that creepy professor that looks down girls' skirts while during a test.
Basically, yeah.
Or looks down girls' shirts during a test.
I mean,
that's him. Literally, that's him.
He was weird, but I feel like he was really good. I mean, I liked him as that. And then who else? You got Poison Ivy.
Well, because that was like one of my earliest sexual memories is in Batman and Robin kisses Poison Ivy and then peels off these rubber covers on his lips so it can be affected. Yeah, and I was just like, ooh la la. This couch just got softer.
It's just like, note to self, like 9-year-old Grant, note to self. When you kiss a girl, wear plastic on your lips. You don't want herpes.
I probably still thought it was cooties, but I was into protection for sure.
So since you brought up Cooties, that's a fucking weird movie. Have you guys seen that? It's like a weird B movie.
It's called Cooties?
Yeah, it's called Cooties. And the kids of this elementary school, they catch, quote unquote cooties, but they turn out to be they turn into zombies. And now it's like these zombie kids that have the cooties virus, and they're fucking trying to kill the teachers.
It's all in the school?
Yeah.
Hell
is it good?
Yeah. It's okay.
Sounds fun.
Really? I feel like it'd be The Faculty. Like The Faculty's like
Faculty's
a decent
very underrated movie.
What's The Faculty?
It's like these.
You're not a fucking movie buff.
I'm a weird movie. Like I watch like old Italian art films. Like I'm like I'm a lunatic. Like
okay, but like The Faculty is it has the liquid metal guy from Terminator 2, and he's in it. He's like the coach, but it's
basically
it's like an alien thing.
It's like an alien thing. They start to take over the school, but they have to have water.
Yeah.
So like the football team catches it, and it starts to rain during practice, and they all take off their helmets, and they're staring up at the rain, and then these like tentacle things come out of their face because they're collecting like the rain and shit.
Yeah. But they're like this big. The alien things are like that.
They're
big.
like slowly taking over the school, and you don't know. There's like a small group that's like trying to stop it, and you don't. It starts to infiltrate.
Fucking Frodo, whatever his name is, isn't it? He's in it. Frodo, yeah.
Elijah Wood?
Yeah, he's a nerdy. He's a nerdy kid, remember?
What's that fucking dude's name?
He's from, shit.
Lucky Number 11.
Yeah.
Lucky Number 11.
Isn't he from, like, One Tree Hill, too? Or something like that?
Yeah, no, that's the other guy. That dude's fucking hot. He's still hot.
Excuse me? Cast. Right there.
That guy. Josh Hartnett.
I know Josh Hartnett.
Zeke Tyler. And Robert Patrick.
Yeah, Robert Patrick.
Robert Patrick looks like he has a secret or two.
He does.
Yeah. Jordana Brewster. I've seen her a few times.
Yeah, she's in Fast and Furious. And
yeah,
shit, right?
yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Let me. One Tree Hill.
Oh yeah,
did you guys watch One Tree Hill?
No.
I don't remember.
I watched like Chad Michael Murray.
Okay.
Chad Michael Murray. That motherfucker is still. You see, he is on. He was on the newest season of Riverdale, and he's like a cult leader. Bro is still jacked. Let's just go shirtless with it.
What?
I was obsessed with Lindsay Lohan as a child.
Oh, yeah, that big fat one right there.
He's ripped.
No, that's him in the new season of Riverdale.
Whoa.
That came out
Pretty
last year.
It's like, he doesn't even look real.
Fucking God right there.
If you're at home, check out Chad Michael Murray's abs on Google. Play along with us.
Which we've had some people reach out and they're like, "What's that fucking article?" I was just like, "Oh, it's some crazy shit." And they look it up and they're like, "Dude, that's so weird." I was like, "I know."
Yeah, you get weird shit from this podcast. I can tell you that right now. Somebody did say, Kelsey, shout out to Kelsey. She
sent us a message, right?
She did, and she was telling, we were talking about the
election. I tried to read it. We
were talking about the election last episode, and she said just a heads up that Kanye was on her ballot in Kentucky.
That's freaking sweet.
Kanye West.
Well, guess what, bitch? You didn't win.
Yeah. No, that guy's a cult leader. I did see Adam, because Adam Couch, he lives near me, and he has a sign. He had a sign in his front yard that said Kanye West for president. I was like, what's that a sign? Because I was like, that's Adam's house. And I was like, Kanye for president. And I was like, what the fuck?
I mean, hey, I get it. Vote who you want to vote for, whatever.
Yeah.
But he didn't win.
No, he didn't win.
Because the election's over right now.
That guy's a modern day cult leader. Have you seen his, videos and shit? They videotape his,
I'm not gonna lie.
ceremonies.
I'm not gonna lie. After the last one, a president that invented a shoe, not that bad.
Right.
Kind of a cool shoe.
I don't know.
Unnecessarily cool shoe for my taste, but it's a shoe.
People say he has, mental illness and shit. I don't know. He has all those ceremonies.
He
and
has
stuff.
a history of being mentally ill.
But he has those ceremonies or those religious things in the hills where he gets all his rich friends and stuff and go up there. And you have to wear white.
Ryan, it's called the Illuminati.
I'm pretty sure it's not the Illuminati.
If Kanye West is not part of the Illuminati, I mean, I'll be surprised.
I don't think it's the Illuminati.
Who the fuck isn't? Grant, are you superstitious? What do you believe
superstitious? I was about to say I don't know anything about the Illuminati. I'm scared of it.
That's the point.
I don't know why.
That's the point. Nobody does.
We're scared of what we don't know.
It's the mystery for sure.
I bet the Brown family in Alaska, they know about the Illuminati. They're probably part of it.
Bullshit. Fucking redneck hillbilly Illuminati.
The last episode I listened to today, you guys were talking about the Alaskan Bush people. And I was surprised you were that they all have girlfriends.
Yeah. Actually, a lot of them, I think they're all married, and I think 2 of them, maybe even 3, have kids. They have kids.
Just think about all those. It's a hill full of plastic houses.
But I feel like the one doesn't even, he walks with the cane, right?
Yeah.
Is there fucking anything wrong with him?
No.
Or is he just sophisticated?
It is 100% proven fact that a cane raises your fucking IQ by 50.
But I think it is because you never see him pick up anything. He's just there.
He's just
like a fucking granny. He's just like, can you get that flower off the top shelf for me?
Yeah, it's
an Alaskan dandy.
But it is if you watch the episodes, he doesn't do anything.
No, listen though. See, he's the smartest person in Alaska because when you walk into a room, you're like, who stands out? Fucking cane guy.
I'm waiting for him to get a fucking John Hammond, put a mosquito and an amber on the top of his fucking cane.
It's just gonna be a piece of petrified bear shit.
There is that guy who does petrified deer shit in Canada. He
what?
Yeah,
it's a business?
Yeah.
That's the smartest motherfucker right there.
He takes deer shit because deer shit is round like rabbits and stuff. And he dries it and then lacquers it and makes jewelry out of it. Sells it for big money.
Where at?
Canada.
And that's why no murderers stay in prison there.
Yeah.
Speaking of Canada, Grant.
I lived there for a second.
Do you want to tell us about how was your time in Canada, Grant?
I loved living in Canada. I lived there when I was, for a year when I was 19 to 20 for film school.
Uh-huh.
I air quoted because I did attend film school, but I also smoked a lot of pot and ran around the city like a little drunk baby. I was 19 and I had only drank a couple times in my life. I grew up very Christian-y and there wasn't booze in my house or anything. And then I got to Canada and the drinking age was 19.
Right.
And then I was just like, yippee! You mean I can buy any of this? And I almost ran out of money. I did run out of money. A friend let me move in with him for the last month I was there, so I didn't have to tell my parents I ran out of money in Canada. And then I moved back for almost a year the second time to, again in air quotes, help a friend with a movie.
I've been like, Mom, Dad, it's the exchange rate. It fucks me.
And I loved living out there, though, and it was nice to be able to be the one American kid versus being in Indiana where I'm just a white kid who grew up outside of Indianapolis who wears a Pacers hat. And like, and all of a sudden in Vancouver, it was like, oh, Pacers hat. Like, I had culture, you know?
So
Pacers hat's like the cane of Canada.
You can just point at him and be like, give me
you, sir,
give me that sandwich.
Yeah.
But I took a bite of it. I do not care.
Extra pickles on my sandwich. Well, yes, sir. Free of charge.
So how was like staying in Vancouver? Is it how big? Is it a big city?
It's a big city. Yeah, it's the second big. It's like Toronto and then Vancouver. It's like the second biggest city in Canada, and Toronto is almost considered, in the simplest basic terms, like Toronto's like the New York City of Canada, and Vancouver's more like the LA because they film a bunch of movies there and shit.
Right. So, are people nicer there?
Yeah, fuck yeah, they are. And
like
they all recycle. All of them are recycling.
Really?
Like, I remember I first got there and I was just like they don't give you grocery bags at some of the grocery stores. You have to bring your own.
Right.
Like, they just don't even have plastic or paper bags. And I was just like, what is with these fucking wimps? Like,
don't you fucking throw away anything.
But
the bears will eat it.
They got me.
Bears don't eat shit.
Don't you guys have moose here? What are we doing?
Animals eat it.
Yeah, but everyone was way nicer, and they saw Americans as being like, oh, you have to keep moving all the time. You're so competitive. Like, relax. And it really, like, it put some shit in perspective where I was like, oh, everything's fine. Just worry about yourself. Like, people are nice. It's a very pot-friendly city, so...
Yeah, it definitely is now since it's legal there.
Yeah, and it was nice, and it's very beautiful on all sides. It's, like, surrounded by mountains, and there are beaches and shit, so it's just, like, the best of a lot of worlds.
So it's, like the best L.A. could be.
Right.
It was like L.A. when it got founded by the Spanish.
Right.
Pretty much before it
The
got
golden years.
fucked up.
The golden years.
Yeah, the golden years.
Welcome to California. It's like, it's like the fucking Zorro movie. We founded California.
Yeah. The only thing is, like, you never see Vancouver on fire. This is
Except that one time they lost the Stanley Cup and tore their own fucking city to shit. That was right after I left the last time.
Right. Really?
I was there. They were winning. It was like game 4 of the Stanley Cup, and then I moved back here. And then like 4 days later, I saw a video of just like, oh, that's the library where I hang out at. Oh, they're flipping cars and setting them on fire.
So is hockey like the big,
Hockey's
the biggest
giant
fucking
Good
thing?
shit, yeah.
I really want to go
fucking
see
deal.
Canada. I really want to go see
I want to go see Canada, bitch, and you always make fun of me.
Okay, your first vacation that you think of is Canada. My first vacation I think of is Norway. So it's basically the same thing. Everybody's happy.
I guess at
European Canada.
At least,
Yeah.
at least European Canada. At least you'll find more people in Canada that speak fucking English instead of Norway. They're just like,
Now my
apologize to all Norwegians.
oh, we don't have any. We don't have any.
I don't know if they know what a podcast is.
I guarantee they do. Sorry, Norwegians.
I think most people in Norway speak English. I'm pretty
I feel
sure
like they do too.
Scandinavian
On the beer,
countries-
Google Box. Norwegian languages or Norwegian
language.
Then we'll get in a fucking rabbit hole.
Let's
just do native Norwegian languages, or not.
speaking English. So 80%, you
fuck.
fucking dick. You fucking
And he's
asshole.
just like, bloop, 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 bloop.
It's 80%, you fucking
It said
asshole.
only the very oldest people didn't learn English in school.
It's the end of an era.
So, the very oldest people, like 60 fucking years ago.
I think
The invention of a phone.
I would think longer than that.
That means there are kids in like Norwegian schools being like, your mom can't even speak English, bro.
Well, that's like when we went to Mexico that one time, and we were sitting beside this couple, and I don't even know how old they were. They were probably like 70 maybe, and they were there, and they only spoke French. They were from Canada. They were from like Quebec, I think.
Quebec is like the Texas of Canada.
Right.
They like
They
want
were
to do
definitely
their own
from
thing.
They were definitely from some kind of area like that.
But
Yeah, they
only
want to be
spoke
their own
French.
country and
Right.
shit. Yeah, they speak French as a first language. It's only that one province.
Right.
The rest of Canada.
They definitely did not give a fuck about anybody else's opinion. Let's just say that. They definitely fucking did not.
Were they naked?
No, they forced us to drink a clam juice cocktail. It was vodka.
No, those dudes weren't from Quebec.
Where were they from?
They just said they were from Canada.
They were from Canada.
I think they were from Toronto.
But
maybe.
it was clams. It was clam juice, hot sauce, and vodka.
It was Clamato. They sell Clamato here.
Yeah, Clamato.
They forced you?
They didn't force us.
He didn't force.
He was
us.
drinking out of a can like a fucking boss.
Okay,
And
they
it was
didn't
clam
force
juice.
us.
He's just
They
like,
didn't force us. But when you're at an all-inclusive resort, and he says, "Hey, take this, make them 2 drinks," and you set it in front of us, and you're sitting beside us,
Yeah, I know.
you can't not drink it.
I don't know.
That's the Indiana curse of politeness.
She
It's
made
just like bless your heart, but it's also like a fuck you.
she made them like a pina colada, but with Clamato. And they're just like, oh man, you gotta try this. It's so good. Or it was like, oh man, you gotta try. I can't do my Canadian accent, but they were. I remember they were speaking to us, and he would say "a" lot, and then he's like, "Where you guys from, eh?" And we're like, "Oh, we're from Indiana." And he's like, "Oh, where do you think we're from?" And I was like, "Canada." And he's just like, "How'd you know that?" And I was like, "I don't know, eh." And then he started laughing, but he's like, "There's a half a can left." He's like, "Make them 2 of them." And then we took 1 sip and was like, "Oh fuck!" And they were both shit
It was
house.
the grossest fucking thing I've ever put in my
They were
mouth.
both so fucked up. And then we took 1 sip and then we kind of looked at them. They were both like looking over that way. And we just like handed it to the bartender and she's just like, no. And we're just like, no. And then he turns back around and he's like, oh man, you finished them already.
The
eh?"
bartender that didn't speak English thought it sounded gross.
Right.
But no, that was the grossest thing I've ever put in my mouth, and I've eaten stuff off the floor that should not be eaten off the floor. So,
How many seconds is your second rule? You know, people say like 5-second rule. Like, what's your eating shit off the floor?
I guess
second
until
rule?
somebody steps on
to
it.
be honest, it's just kind of like, good enough.
Like if when you get Taco Bell.
Somebody steps on it.
When you get Taco Bell and like the next day you come back and the cheese is hard as rock, then you don't eat it.
Like,
I love it. Like you can drop, you can drop a couple crackers on the floor, just throw a napkin over them, and come back in a couple days.
Somebody steps on it.
everybody knows germs can't penetrate a cotton napkin. That's just,
Unless their crumbs are good.
that's just like my girlfriend. She was at work and she was walking through the break room to go back to work, and she seen a peanut M&M on the floor, and she stopped, looked at it, thought about eating it, but didn't. She's like, wait, that's not mine. I was like, the fact that you had to stop and look at it.
Honestly, it sounds like she won the battle, but she's losing the war.
It's like a cocaine addict. It's like, I'm not going to do coke tonight. Oh, man. That's crazy. That's insane.
Speaking of weird food, I brought a Tabasco chocolate bar that has been sitting in my drawer for months, and I've never tried it. And I found it today, and I was like, we could try it.
Disgusting.
I'm totally trying this fucking Tabasco.
It's Tabasco, and it's brand. I mean, you can see it's Tabasco brand. It's not like they collaborated with Hershey or anything. It's just like a Tabasco. It's probably disgusting.
Oh.
I got it for other people.
You didn't even fucking smell it first, you idiot.
No. That doesn't taste like anything.
It tastes like chocolate.
It's like chocolate.
This is a fucking rip.
Pretty anticlimactic.
Oh, it's gonna be hot.
Man, it tastes like Tabasco. Oh, it's spicy. You
Right
have
at
to
the
eat
end.
it. You have to eat it first.
I'm getting a little burn.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Okay, now it's getting hotter. Okay. This is it's actually kind of hot now.
Yeah, right at the end.
Yeah, it's like in my throat. Is this what living in Canada is like?
I like it. I honestly like it.
They call Tabasco chocolate the Canadian summer.
I kind of like it.
It's not bad.
No, it just tastes like chocolate.
I don't know what I was expecting, but
with that little burn. I thought it was just going to be like.
I was literally expecting like a.
I thought jalapeno beer before, and I'm just like, this is gross. Yeah. So that's exactly what I was expecting.
Jalapeno beer is any kind of spicy beer. It's just not my go.
How do you guys are beer guys. How do you feel about sours?
I fucking hate sours.
Me too.
I hate sours.
Yeah.
The only craft beer my girlfriend likes is
sours.
Is a fruit sour.
Yeah.
She loves sour
doesn't
stuff.
like anything else.
Yeah.
Anything else? Fuck.
But I think it's because she drinks a lot of wine, and she's like a wine fan.
She also likes sour stuff.
Yeah, so
the only thing that Cheyenne likes is fruited sours.
Yeah.
Only thing. She fucking hates everything else. I hate sours, and I hate spicy beers.
Yeah.
But I can literally go from like a stout, and then right after that, drink an IPA. My palate is super flexible,
Bounce around.
but I do not touch those two.
Right. I had the Broken Skull IPA yesterday, and it wasn't too bad.
It just depends on the sour and how sour it is. If it's more mild than sour, I can drink one. But most likely...
That's how... I don't know. That's about the shittiest review you could give a beer, though. It's like, I could drink one. I'm capable of putting it in my face and keeping it down.
That's like when I had that jalapeno beer. It was $6, and I'm not going to give it back.
Yeah.
And I was like, it just tastes like jalapenos and shitty beer. And I was like, well, all right. And I just fucking downed it.
And it came from a place that does not have shitty beer.
No.
And it's just like, not for me.
Yeah.
And it was called Burning Hands, and I was like, it should be burning fucking mouth.
It was disgusting.
You bought it, and you're like, I'm just gonna try it. I was like, get a fucking, like, just a taste. You're like, nah, fuck it, I'm just gonna get a whole glass. But the worst part was, he's like, I'm not gonna waste it, so he chugs it.
Yeah.
But he let it sit there long enough that it got warm.
Got kind of
So it was hot jalapeno beer.
Hot jalapeno beer.
Yeah. It's like what they feed prisoners.
Pretty much hot beer.
It's like, oh, what are you in for? Too many DUIs. All right, you drink habanero beer for 3 years. Only.
There is people that just drink hot beer. Like, they just drink beer not in a fridge.
Those people are serial killers.
They're also alcoholics.
You know the people who drink hot beer also don't show emotions. They're all fake, like a serial killer.
I don't trust anybody who only drinks the same thing all the time.
I know.
Because variety is what makes it all good.
Right.
There's nothing about I work at a gas station 2 days a week, and I sell people cigarettes all fucking day. And some people come in, they're just like, I've been smoking Pall Mall Greens since I was 7. And you're just like, you don't want to try anything else? Like, you're going to trust... Nothing I did when I was 7, I still do now, except, like, occasionally shit.
It's like, we got 20 other green packs of cigarettes.
Yeah.
The Indiana response...
I'll give it to you.
The Indiana response to that is...
Don't fix it if it ain't done broke. If it ain't done broke, don't fix it.
This tastes like when I still had hope.
This cigarette tastes like when it did when I could taste stuff.
That Marlboro Reds, they ain't changed since I was a little boy. Neither has Coors Light either. Coors Light and Marlboro Reds.
It's just like, what's your favorite beer? Oh, I really like Bud Light. I was like, you're not even a fucking human.
You're a fucking tool.
Yeah.
You're just some thing.
Yeah.
I drink Bud Light.
I like whatever people put in front of me. That's what that would say. You don't like Bud Light. You just don't know anything else.
Right. And it's one of those things where when we introduce friends to craft beer, it's like, oh, what beer do you like? Oh, I like Bud Light. All right, you need a really light lager then. Yeah. And I was like, that right there, do you like that? Yeah, that's craft beer.
Yeah.
I was like, now, since you like that, why don't we try like a blonde ale? That's
Now,
like the next level.
Let's up the AVP. Let's get up there about 7, 8, 9%, and then we're talking.
What people don't realize is like, that shit's expensive. I was like, those 6 beers or 4 beers will fuck you up just as much as those 24.
Right.
And you don't have to be a fat fuck
Yeah.
after drinking 24.
And you don't piss it out.
Yeah.
But we've also said on here before, if Bud Light sponsored us like they do Post Malone,
Bud Light
then we're
Light.
only drinking Bud Light.
Bud Light, baby.
Craft beer? Never heard of it.
They sponsor the
Bud Light.
Super Bowl and shit. Give me Bud Light money.
Bud Light, son.
Bud Light
I
money.
will ride, if Anheuser-Busch, I will ride a fucking horse to work.
Yeah.
I don't fucking care.
I saw they did have the Budweiser wagon and horses for sale.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, they're done with those.
What do you mean? Like it's been the same horses all these years?
No, they were selling the wagon and it said it came with the horses.
like the DVD. This is the 4 on the DVD all over again.
Let's take a wagon. Maybe it was the farm and it came with the horse.
It's like I'm selling this bottle of wine. And the bottle.
Comes with the cork.
Whoever buys them too has somebody over and they're like, hey, see my horses? They look familiar.
Clydesdales? They're like Budweiser Clydesdales.
How'd you get those horses? I bought the wagon. What the fuck? This is like... I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. It's like, hey, you like them tires? Yeah, those are really nice tires. Got the car too. What the fuck? They came with it. They came like it's a BOGO. You buy one, get one?
There you go. One-time Virginia home for sale includes Budweiser Clydesdales.
What?
Yeah, Virginia home is for sale. And
I feel like that's the selling point. It's just like, I'm selling these Budweiser Clydesdale horses and a house.
Yeah.
You should buy both.
It's $75 million estate. It has 40...
the horses cost $50 million.
4,500 acres and Mount Ida in Virginia.
See, we need to find that guy in Canada that sells the deer shit, and we need to fucking just sell him Clydesdale shit. Like, this came from a Budweiser horse. Make a cup holder out of it.
Comes with a 180-foot water slide.
What's a horse going to do with a water slide?
I don't know. It says some former Clydesdale horses live on the ground, so they're former Clydesdale horses, so I guess a retirement.
Is it a Budweiser horse or just a Clydesdale?
The Budweiser Clydesdales. They live on this farm. Remember, you know how like when you go to Kentucky, they have all the retirement race horses? It's where they have retirement.
What makes them the Budweiser horses? Just that they were in commercials?
Yeah, they pulled the wagon.
It's like all 8 of the Air Buds.
We're selling
one movie.
We're selling
We're
selling a $10 million estate in Michigan. Comes with all 8 Air Buds. What if 6 are dead?
Okay, so I'm selling this farm. It comes with all 7 of the Babe pigs from the first movie.
There's like 4 in the freezer.
That's like, we talked about, have you seen Milo and Otis? It's the pug and the kitten.
Okay, I know of it. Yeah, I can picture the cover of it.
We've talked about it before. Okay, we've talked about it before, and it was made in China. Was it made in China? Japan. It was made in China or Japan.
And they overdubbed it into English?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so what happened was there was a scene where they come up to a bear. But this was like, nobody knew this until just like recently, maybe within like the past 5 years. But I guess a lot of puppies and kittens died. So there's a scene where they come up to a bear. I guess the bear murdered a couple of them.
Oh, no.
So they went through quite a few. And then there's this scene where they get stuck in a river. I think it's the cat gets stuck in a river, or the dog does. A few of them drown. It's a real river.
Seeing animals do really specific actions in movies where it's like, I wonder how they got them to do that in like any movie before 2005 scares the shit out of me. Because I just assumed that terrible practices had to be at play.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Especially like old movies. Like there's that cat in Breakfast at Tiffany's that just kind of like moseys along exactly where they want it to. And I'm just like, what had to happen to that cat before it didn't?
You get that thing fucking Xanax.
That's Air Bud too. It's like there's no way a dog gets this good at basketball without getting buzzed a couple times.
I think they killed like 7 of them or something like that.
Air Bud or Milo and Otis?
Milo and Otis.
So Milo and Otis started as a Japanese art film called Koniko Monogatari.
There's a scene where they went down the river and they just like lost them.
Yeah. So Columbia Pictures ignored the allegations of abuse and kitty and puppy killings by the Japanese production, unhindered by animal rights laws, and noted instead that the film was making huge profits in Japan. Money talks, and executives at Columbia picked it up with a mind to overhaul the Americanize the feature. Funds supplied Columbia with, Fuji supplied Columbia with almost 70 hours of extra footage from which to make their own edit of the movie. So it was Japanese, and they just made their own after that. So during the Japanese part of the filming, Lots of puppies and kittens
Okay.
died. Yeah.
What? This is an animal rights website. How do animal rights people feel about Air Bud? Do we know that?
I don't know. They made that dog wear shoes.
That's
Well, we have this one
He
right
took
here.
balls to the face.
Animal movies.
movies.
Animal movies.
are these like videos of cows getting slaughtered? Is that what they
But
mean?
they also have vegan cookbooks.
Turner and Hooch.
Oh, is that a one that they like?
I don't know. It's just animal DVD. I think these are the ones that they like
Okay.
because it's just like, this is 100% verifiable that nobody even touched the dog. They're just like, come here, Turner, or Hooch, whichever one was the dog.
We remember
It's
that.
like, come here. I'm using my words to you. You need to come here. 3 hours later, come on. We have to film this fucking thing. We've been here for 3 months and we try to film this one scene.
Well, do you remember that dolphin movie they had Crocodile Dundee in it?
Flipper?
Yeah, that was
Flipper.
it. They got in trouble because they were abusing that dolphin. Or the dolphins
Let's
in
be
there.
honest. Dolphins are assholes.
They're actually
Are they?
They're very
I thought
smart.
they were brilliant.
I have no idea.
I was talking to people.
I
at
have
work.
no idea.
I was talking to people at work, and they're just
Never
like,
met one.
Dolphins are very horny. That's why you can't get in the water with them because it'll just fuck you and drown you.
Oh.
And I was like, okay.
Have you guys seen that SNL sketch where it's based on this documentary, and I went back and watched the documentary after, but it's an SNL sketch, and it's about this woman who trained these dolphins, and in it they're trying to figure out, she's like, and of course, to be able to get the dolphin to do what we wanted, we had to give him some pleasure sometimes. And it comes out, it's Kate McKinnon, he comes out, she's just jerking off the dolphin all the time.
I was watching, I can't remember. It was probably something on TLC. Who the fuck knows?
TLC.
But it was this, it was animals and they were artificially inseminating horses. And it's like this giant brown vagina funnel thing that they put on the end of the horse's dick. And they're literally like, you have to hold it onto the horse as it mounts this dummy thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's like the creepy dude at a fucking clothing store. He's just like groping the fucking mannequin.
Yeah.
And so this thing's trying to fuck this mannequin horse ass. It's just the ass. It's not even a full fucking
It's
horse.
just a horse sex doll.
That's all he needs. That's all he needs, just the ass.
Yeah.
We're men. We're
they
barbarians.
They have those too.
Yeah,
where it's just an ass.
Yeah, we're barbarians. We don't care. It's got a hole and it looks tantalizing. Well, fuck it. It doesn't matter. Right?
Tantalizing hole.
They made
It's bedazzled and shit. It's got fucking glitter around it. Smells like s'mores.
Glows like the briefcase in Pulp Fiction.
Anything that's playing Kurt Cobain will just walk right. So there's this hole in this fucking sleeve funnel thing, and it's got a baby bottle at the end of it to collect the semen. And
I think it's not a baby bottle. I think it's a mason jar.
it's something like that, and it just screws on there. And so they're basically holding it. It might have been Mike Rowe on Dirty Jobs, to be honest with you. And so they're just holding it, and he's like, "Wait, I feel it in my hands." Like, "Yep." And it's like, so what? So we basically just, yep, pretty much. So they're basically holding on this funnel while his dick is in it. So they're basically helping it jerk off.
Yeah.
Right.
And then it literally explodes cum into this quart mason jar. And they're just like, all right, we got a good specimen. Let's go put this in the lab or whatever. Let's go put this in something.
But first, let's take a shot. It's like when you kill your first deer, you gotta drink its blood. It's like, you gotta take a shot.
You don't do that.
It's good luck.
Just an 18-year-old kid on his first day.
Yeah.
Are we all doing it, guys? I'll go first, but you're gonna do it, right?
Yeah, man, I promise.
Didn't they do that shit on no, drinking it included. Didn't they do that on one of the Jackass movies?
Yeah, they did.
I thought they helped it jerk off and then they drank it.
Yeah.
Was it a
Oh.
horse or was it bull?
Maybe
it was
horse.
horse.
It was a horse.
Yeah, it was horse.
Let's be honest, bulls, they weak. They're weak.
Oh, they got weak cum.
You can't get that much out of it. No, come on now. You can't get a proper ounce out of a fucking bull, dude. You need a horse, all right?
All right.
If you're gonna take one thing away from this podcast.
Horses come lots.
And their dicks are big. That's that guy who died.
That was sad.
Oh, that, and then I've seen this, there's this one of my favorite videos on YouTube is this like BBC report about this American couple who are together because they both like to get fucked by the same horse. And they like figured that out at some point, that they both liked that, and then now they're just bound for life. You know, like, why would they ever be with anybody else when they both are allowed to live this life together?
So it's literally,
it's
I'm
horrifying.
gonna say it's like when you go to your favorite coffee shop and another local regulars there, and just like, hey Dave, hey Steven, how's it going? How's the wife and kids? Pretty good. Oh, just gonna go fuck this horse.
What? Me too. Like they just walked in, they each had like one half of a fucking horse shirt on, and they just like stood together, and they're like, wait a second.
It's just like it's like the arrow. It says I'm a stupid. It's like I'm with this horse. That's literally what it is.
With this horse.
You mean you fucked Butterbean too?
Butterbean.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if you fuck a horse, you can't probably get fucked by a horse or fuck a horse unless you're wearing like some kind of form of lederhosen. Maybe. I mean, like not saying anything to the German people, but let's be honest, Hitler definitely sucked off one or two.
We're coming after Norway. We're coming after Germany.
We talk a lot of shit about Hitler. Yeah, we do.
Better than big upping him, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Big ups to Hitler.
I had said before, if he wasn't severely fucked up in the head, he probably would have been an okay guy. He wasn't severely fucked up in the head.
He's a genius. I mean, that's what I've always said about Charles Manson. It's Charles Manson is a monster, but you can't be a monster if you're not also a genius.
Right,
like, you got to be smart enough to do terrible things.
Right, exactly. Like the directors of Air Bud. I mean,
yeah.
I feel like they had that Airbud money. They didn't give a shit. It was like, we let this dog do all the work. We rake in the dough. We feed him fucking biscuits and shit.
That was a movie set that would come together too. It was like 4 Air Bud movies, and you'd have to get the volleyball one with it. Right. You're like, nobody wants to watch Air Spike or whatever.
Or I figured you want all 4, but it was just like you get 3 and then Air Buddies. And
yeah.
Like, what the fuck? The puppy movie. You're like, the puppy movies are never good.
I don't know. It's just those fucking movies. And it's just like, okay, so every time I reference like getting rid of an animal or something like that, not getting rid of an animal, sorry. But if you're like leaving something or somebody, I always go back to the end scene. You probably never seen it before because you go and finish movies. It's the end scene. He's like, go away. I don't need you anymore. Get out of here. And everybody's like, go away. He's like, but I still got my shoes on. So every time I leave, I just like think about that. I'm just like, that's me.
That's a lot of animal movies.
I'll lose a year of eligibility.
That's with a lot of movies though, except for fucking Old Yeller. They shot his fucking ass.
All the animal movies do end that way, don't they?
Yeah.
Like, get out of here!
Get out of here! I don't want you anymore. And then if you set it free, it comes back at yours.
Like, nah, Mom, Yeller's my dog. I'll do it. Boom.
They didn't let him go. Fuck no. He had the rabies.
The same way with Cujo, man.
Yeah, Cujo.
He got the same thing.
Yeah. He was just being a dog and he got bit by a bat.
Think about
That's what it is. It's just a dog zombie movie.
Basically.
Yeah, literally. And it's just like, oh, wait, the best place to stay away from a St. Bernard with rabies? A fucking Volkswagen Beetle.
Anywhere.
Think how much money it's like, do you want your children to be safe? Do you want your children to stay alive from fucking, like, murderous St. Bernards? Buy a Beetle.
They made that movie terrifying, but it was just like, if you had a gun. A gun. Even not even that. A fucking pin. Like, just a fucking pin. You can do something with it. Stab his eyes out. A spear gun. Anything.
The fucking stuffing from your cushion. Just fill him up with that.
Rat poison. Put it in shove it in a steak.
Let's be
throw
honest.
it.
I don't think in the 80s people had rat poison in their purse.
No, they had fucking arsenic. That's what they did back then.
What?
They put arsenic that's what killed rats.
Are we just gonna talk to our parents and be like, Mom, Dad, you guys carry around arsenic around right in the 80s?
They did.
Just hanging around with this arsenic?
That's how they killed rats. They just used arsenic, but then they made it illegal.
Well, they didn't carry it around with them.
No, but you could buy it at any store.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Hitler did do heroin a lot.
Oh, that arsenic is different than heroin, sir. Well, he didn't die from heroin. He caught a bullet. So.
Well, he didn't catch it.
A self-inflicted bullet.
Self-inflicted bullet wound to the, whatever, mustache.
He poisoned the dogs, but shot him and Ava.
Let's not get into Ava.
Okay.
You got some strong feelings about Ava?
No, we talk mad shit about Ava.
Yeah, we talked mad shit about Ava.
It wasn't her fault, but then again it was.
Yeah.
We have said a time or two that we're scrapping Denny's and it's just gonna be called Ava's.
Yeah.
And you can get a short stack of Auschwitz pancakes.
Yeah. It was Dachau pancakes.
Dachau pancakes.
Auschwitz toast.
Yeah. We're kind of fucked up here. But hey, we have fun.
How do you guys feel about Inglourious Bastards?
Love that movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, I love it too.
Love that movie.
It's so great.
Did you finish it?
I did.
Do you remember the ending?
I saw it in theaters.
Oh, really?
So you
That's
have
a long-ass movie.
So you have a
It is.
girlfriend. Does she watch movies with you?
Yeah, she does. Yeah,
Does
we
she
watch
get-
a lot of movies
Does
together.
she get so? Do you finish the movies, but you just don't fucking remember the endings?
Yeah, I feel like it must be some like accumulation of anxiety
Right.
and like I watch movies and a lot of times I'm thinking about how they made it and like the acting and like I'm like I wonder what Brad Pitt had for breakfast before he filmed this. Like my brain just goes fucking everywhere. So like what I remember about a movie is like how I felt when I was watching
Right.
it. And then like if somebody's like, "Oh, isn't it crazy?" Like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Have you guys seen that?
No, I still haven't
There's
seen
this
it.
shit show ending to that, and like that I remember just because it's like so separate from the rest of the movie. But when
Right.
something's just like a kid yelling at a dog to be free, like I always forget for some reason.
And
Like
let's just to be clear, before every set, Brad Pitt has a Moons Over Miami.
I feel like the Bear Jew before that scene where he just busted that dude in the face, he had French toast. He's like, what can give me energy to bust this
He
guy in
had
the
strawberry
fucking head?
cheesecake French toast.
Yeah.
I think it was like the stuffed kind
It's
from
like-
IHOP.
It's like, I need energy to fucking crack this guy's skull open. French toast.
That was a really good movie, though.
oh, I think it's
Super
great.
long.
It's a very good movie.
But it is very good.
Yeah. Barnes now.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's the. I don't know if that was supposed to be like a funny part or what, but like they picked the only guy, like he's supposed to be what, French or whatever.
No, he's supposed to be.
He's supposed to be French, but he's just like he's from Texas.
Yeah.
Buongiorno.
He's wearing that white suit.
It gives like a comedic thing too, because obviously Hitler doesn't die watching a movie.
No, oh, it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
the whole movie.
it's a very funny movie.
Yeah, all that Tarantino shit is like that.
right.
Like you kind of get. I just saw Jackie Brown over the summer.
That's a good fucking
It's so fucking.
The first
good.
time you ever
First
seen it?
time.
Oh,
I know. It's the only one of his movies I hadn't seen, so I was
Really?
like, it's fucking time to do
So
this.
you have seen what was
Hateful Eight?
No, Dogs.
Dogma?
No, not Dogma.
That's a.
What's it called?
Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs.
Hell yeah,
That's
I
awesome
really like
movie.
Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we got the two posters here.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jackie
Tarantino,
Brown.
probably our favorite actor. Have you seen Death Proof?
Yes, I have. I'd
Grindhouse
say,
movie?
yeah, I liked both. Planet Terror I liked too, but Death Proof is the shit.
Yeah, Death Proof, fucking crazy. It's just like, I was like, hey, have you seen Death Proof? And somebody's like, who's in that? I was like, Kurt Russell was like, the Santa Chronicles
Yeah.
guy? I was like, yeah. I was like, fuck yeah. I was like, the Christmas Chronicles guy from Netflix.
Who is
Yeah.
this
I was like,
person?
he was playing rock and roll music.
Who is this person?
He was an actual
That's-
actor before that.
That's what he thinks about him?
Fucking Hateful Eight. He's a badass in that fucking
Yeah, I was
movie.
like, yeah, Kurt Russell.
He's on
Yeah.
his 50-year career of being like a
Right.
Hollywood leading man.
Right.
I was
Who
like-
is this person?
Yeah. It was like, the Christmas Chronicle guy? I was like, yeah. Check it out. And you won't even fucking look at his name. I was like, don't forget, Tombstone. I was like, he's got so many other fucking movies. A Hateful Eight. Yeah. I was like, it's Kurt fucking Russell.
Right.
He's just like, the Christmas Chronicle guy. I was like, shut the fuck up. Get out of my face.
See, I get him. I get Kurt Russell and the guy from Big
Trouble Little China.
Big Trouble Little
Is that
China.
not Kurt Russell?
That's Kurt Russell.
Is it Kurt Russell?
Yeah.
Really?
I know who you're thinking of, though. Fuck.
It's not Val
Patrick
Kilmer.
Swayze?
It's not Patrick Swayze either.
Val Kilmer.
But anyway, that is Kurt Russell?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, then. Makes sense.
Burt Reynolds.
Burt
Reynolds.
That's who I was thinking you were thinking.
They look nothing alike.
So Kurt Russell's Snake Plissken, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Burt Reynolds is in Deliverance.
Yes, I know.
That movie's
Fucking weird.
So good. It is a good movie, and no, it's not really
fun for the whole family.
No, literally though, because Kurt Russell passed away. That's not even the
weird part.
Burt Reynolds passed away, but his favorite movie, I seen, it was like his memoir. His favorite movie was Deliverance.
Really,
it really was. It was his favorite movie to make because it was his first movie, I think. It's one of his first movies, and it was still out of all the movies he was in, it was his favorite one to be in.
See, I feel like that dude raping the big fat guy wasn't even like that big of a mindfuck. But when that other guy like jumped out of the boat, and then later on they find him down the river, and he's just like all fucking spaghettied up. You remember that part?
Yeah.
And then they just fucking take big ass rocks and just like fucking weigh him down because they're getting ready to flood that thing anyway. They're getting ready to flood that whole area.
Every time I hear big ass rocks and they're like doing stuff, I always think of Lord of the Flies, and they kill fucking Porky.
No, it was Piggy.
Piggy. They killed Piggy.
All he wanted was his glasses back. And they fucking took a big ass boulder and smashed his fucking ass. Smashed him like, it was like ridiculous.
Well, I'll tell you what, if he would have had his glasses, he would have seen that big ass fucking boulder coming.
He would have. If his fat ass would have looked up. And when I mean smash, I mean like fucking pancake smash.
Yeah, they show it, dude. It's just like, no, Porky, you can't.
It's Piggy, goddammit! Piggy! Not Porky! Piggy!
Same thing.
No, it's not. It's not at all. He died, and you're disgracing him in real life. He didn't die in real life. Might as well have. He died like 6 years later from diabetes. So, what the fuck? Piggy. It's Piggy.
Whatever.
It's so funny when people die just because they're annoying.
And he was just annoying because he kept losing his fucking glasses. He couldn't see.
Let's be honest, he joined the wrong team.
He joined the skinniest, fucking weakest guy he could, and he got fucking smashed.
He joined the wrong team. He's like, all right, Piggy, you gotta pick a side. 30 kids or one? I'm just gonna take the one.
It's like, well, I'm in love with this guy. So, yeah. And he got the drop on. He got fucking smashed. He got pancakes.
Oh, Porky. Piggy,
Piggy, goddamn it. It's fucking Piggy, Piggy, motherfucker.
Oh, shit. Oh, God. So, Grant, thank you for coming on the podcast.
Yeah, guys, that was fun.
No, it's not over yet. But no, we appreciate you coming on. So the first time I met you was the first time I ever been to an actual open mic, at the one that you host, at Bear's Place, and that's in Bloomington, Indiana. So the first time ever, can you believe it was 4 years ago?
Whoa.
4 years ago.
Shit,
I was 24.
Yeah.
And I showed up, and I was just like, oh, okay. I don't know where the only person I know was Sam Bob there.
Did you drive in from Bedford?
Yeah. So the only person I knew was Sam Bob there, and I was just like, and Sam Bob wasn't there. I was like, well, fuck. So I was just sitting around. He finally showed up, and then you're just like, hey, what's up, dude? And I was like, oh, hey. He's like, you here to sign up? I was like, yeah. He's like, sign that paper. I was like, cool. And then it was just, just fucking went on, and And then I just kept showing up, and then slowly but surely we all just started hanging out together and shit like that. And then, I mean, literally, it's been 4 years.
Was that the first time you ever got on stage?
No, I was on stage 3 times before that at a brewery, at Salt Creek Brewery. I know. Yeah, just for a comedy night.
Okay, yeah.
And that was the first.
I know where that is.
Yeah, I was on stage 3 times a month apart from each other, and then Sam's like, "Hey, if you're serious about this, you should go to this open mic." I was like, "Cool," and I went there, and and literally history ever since.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that mic has been down since quarantine stuff started, but I think that mic has been like. People either come and eat shit and never come back, or people come and they just are like, I'm going to come grind it out every week. And then sometimes the list is like fucking... I was hosting at the Comedy Attic this week, and outside the owner was going over the list, and he's like, God damn, we've got like 17 people on this list. What is this, a Bears Place show? And I was like, I know my role in this community. I run these marathon-ass shows because there's nowhere else to get on consistently. Like, I try to, 25 is excessive. Yeah. Like, it's too long, and like, I admit that that's too much. But it's also like, some people would rather get on 25th than not get on at all. Yeah, it's still like, if I can keep it moving and whatever, I think to me it's more reminiscent of what I've found like bigger city mics to be. Right. Where you sign up, there are like a ton of people. You just hope there are like still people in the room when you get up and people aren't out smoking or shit-faced 2 hours in or whatever.
Some shows, have been, they get up to like 3 hours when you have like that many people on the list sometimes. Yeah. But it's one of those things where it doesn't matter because the same group's gonna fucking hang out. We go to a bar afterwards, we fucking chill, and new people start like coming into the group. It's been one of those things where it's like the closest. We're all just kind of like family. We see each other once or twice a week. It's one of those things.
You just all have like this weird habit you all do. Yeah. And you just see each other around. There are only so many places to do it. Right. So,
and I told my girlfriend Cheyenne about it. I was just like, literally, comedy has helped me gain like the most interesting group of fucking like friends, acquaintances, whatever that I've ever had in my life. Yeah. It's literally like you, Will, Sam, Bob, Adam, like Jake, all the people we've
Adam Couch is one of the craziest motherfuckers I've ever met. And I love him. I think he's awesome. Yeah. I've booked a couple different shows like where I actually tried to put together a show and there's like a theme to it and shit. And I booked Couch on both of them because he's a fucking wild card. I don't know what to expect from him. I saw him do 15 minutes on acid at this bar once, and I didn't know he was on acid till after. He's a psycho, and I think he's hilarious.
Yeah, literally every guest we've had on here, it's literally people I've met through comedy. It's the most interesting group of people I've ever met in my life. And I was telling Cheyenne about that. I was like, these are literally my friends that I've seen every week for years, and they're just, it's ridiculous what their stories are. And I don't even know half of their stories. Right. So literally getting people on, that's what I've wanted to reach out to people. I know it's hard right now, and I've tried to get Logan on and some other people. It's just hard right now, but literally like learning everybody's stories and hanging out because we haven't seen each other in so long.
Yeah, for sure. So it's nice to like have some distance where we go from like seeing each other like every Monday and Wednesday. Right. Like now it's been months and it's like, hey, what's going on, man? Like,
it's like talking and finding out people's stories. And I remember that we were going to a show one day and I gave everybody a ride. So there's like 5 guys in this one vehicle. And I was just like, man, I was like, well, we're on our way to a show and, we're just going down there and we always stop to get beer first and we always show up late because we don't give a fuck. And everybody's like, where are you guys at? I was like, we'll be there in like 20 minutes. And then the host of the show, who shall not be named, but would text one of the other people and we're like, dude, we're like 10 minutes out. And then we wait about 30 minutes. We're like, dude, I swear, like 20 more minutes. And then,
I feel like I was there at that show.
Yeah. And then the other people will go like, dude, we're right around the corner.
I feel like we waited forever and it was just like, 1 second you're not there, and then the next second like everybody rolls in, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
I brought everybody.
I remember you told me.
Like, we stopped at a brewery and we're just like, just one beer. We stayed for 3. We were there for like an hour. I was just like, fuck it, we're the show. Who cares?
I've done 2 shows in Bedford. One was that one Sam Bob booked, which I think is the first time I saw you, Ryan. It was in the back of this bar with a jukebox, and we had to bring our own sound system.
Yeah. That was bandanas.
Yeah. And I remember you kind of like laying into your mom a little bit at that show, and she was laughing really hard, so the rest of the room was laughing really hard, and I was like, fuck yeah. Like, I love when people's family members or like audience members almost become like a prop.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, all right, I'm gonna hit that.
That was the first
button.
time I saw Logan, and I fucking died when I heard like just him fucking going off. It was like the first, I don't even know, like the first like 5 or 6 minutes or so, he was like had some weak jokes, and I was kind of laughing and stuff, and then he just started fucking like firing at people, and I was like, what the fuck? This is hilarious.
I remember, we were going down that same show, and we were talking about jail, I think, and who'd gotten arrested before, and everybody was just telling their stories.
Most comedians.
Yeah. And there was like 5 of us in the car, and everybody was talking about, I've been to jail, and I was just like, am I the only one here that's never been arrested? And nobody said a word. I was like, my mom would not approve of this.
Prepare to be dragged down, sir.
Like, I can't have anybody over for dinner. It's just like when you're a kid and you meet this new kid in school, and nobody has a reputation, you haven't heard anything about anybody, and it's just like, you bring him home, and then it turns out he like murdered somebody like 2 years later.
Comedy's like that too. Like, everybody's really nice and like kind of needy for attention, which is why we do what we do. Right. And for the most part, really social and like maybe awkward but talkative at least. And so you kind of see people, and like your first instinct reaction meeting most people in comedy is like, they seem okay.
Yeah.
And
they're funny.
Yeah, exactly. Which is kind of scary, because you find out later, like every now and then, it's been rare over my like 5 years or whatever doing it, but every now and then you find out later, like, oh, that dude's a legit psychopath. Like, he's not like the whole like, I'm gonna kill my girlfriend joke is funny on stage, or is it? But then after, you're like, didn't like the joke, and now I think he might be serious.
Yeah, and it was one of those, I haven't personally met any of them, but I've heard the stories of you guys talk about it. It's just like, I missed this mic one night, and then just like, oh shit, did you hear about this one thing that happened? I was like, no. Yeah. And I was like, what happened? And it was like, oh, this one dude just went up and he's like, I'm going to tell every racist joke I've ever heard of.
That's a setup.
Seriously. And he just goes right into it. He's like, hey, get off the stage, cut his mic off. Now he's just shouting.
We'll go right up to the line of, because I'll let people embarrass themselves, but once it turns into like hateful speech of any kind, we yank people real quick.
Yeah.
And so I'm on top of it, but yeah, some people, it's almost like this urge to go in public and self-destruct. And I don't know where that comes from, because the goal is to get up there and make people happy. Right. And some people, that is not their goal at all. Right? They're just like, you're going to see, like, talk about an ending I remember. I remember everybody who self-destructs on stage. That is...
Yeah, being someone that sees every show, I imagine you've seen some shit.
Oh, dude, I've seen, like, that. I think about that sometimes. Like, I've been to hundreds of open mics, and they all have, like, some element of people who are taking it seriously. Like, I want to do comedy professionally. I'm writing all the time. I'm trying to perform as much as possible. Like, I'm taking it after the show. I'm talking bits with people. We go out to the bar and hang out and, like, whatever, and we'll talk about people's sets. Like, there's some element of us that are like that. And then there's some element of people that are like just trying it. Right. And then there's some element of people that are like, this is my substitute for therapy or church. Yeah. And I'm just going to go here and I'm going to get what I need out of this. And that's when it becomes scary. Like, when they're not trying to get laughs anymore is when it gets scary, because then you're like, what is their goal?
Right.
It's just to be seen, and like that can become frightening.
And then there's literally, I've seen just a few, there's only maybe 2 or 3. They literally have kids and full-time jobs, and they only come there once or twice or 3 times a year, and they fucking kill, they murder, and they do so good. And it's just like, how come I never seen that guy before? And they're like, oh, he only shows up like a couple of times a year.
Yeah.
He just comes to do it like every once in a while just to brush up to show that he's like better than fucking everybody. Literally, like I've seen a couple people like that, and the one was this older guy, and I was just like, that was fucking awesome. And he's like, oh yeah, he's been coming for years. He just shows up like a couple times a year because he has like a life outside of here.
Yeah.
Really. And you know, he doesn't want to get drunk on a Monday. Which is honestly
loser.
I'm running it on stage. I'm on like beer number 6 halfway through the show.
Well, I mean, you drink for free because you run it.
Yeah. Well, and I've switched since quarantine. Like, I was telling Cody in the car on the way over, like, I stopped drinking before and during shows.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, you mean you can just like remember your jokes? Like, that's a way to do it? That's a way to do comedy? Is like not to like I used to say on stage, I was like, I bring my notebook up here because it knows my jokes better than me.
Which is, I mean, honestly, it's a good habit to have, because if you have a mindset you want to do better instead of just like, I'm just gonna have fun. Which I know sometimes we have had that mindset when we were running an hour late, and we're just like, we're the show. Fuck it, we're gonna have fun. How this goes.
Yeah. Oh, I've done those. I was gonna say earlier, I've done those 2 shows in Bedford. Both of them I drank on the way, and both of them I puked on the way home.
I remember one time I was driving, so I was like, I cannot drink. I am responsible for 4 other human beings.
4 other lives in this
4
car.
other lives right now. I was like, I cannot drink. I'm driving home. So, and it's like a half an hour drive, and then I have to drop everybody off.
Right.
So, and I remember that literally like half the people got sick in the car. Somebody puked out of the car in the gas station parking lot.
That sounds like me.
Yeah.
That is exactly the level of responsible I am.
And then
we wait till we park.
And then somebody was so drunk that they're just like chain smoking cigarettes. I was like, there's a window back there. I was like, will you please roll down the window?
That sounds like Logan.
No, it was Will. Chain smoking cigarettes.
He's like, I'm so drunk, I gotta get sober.
And this was back when Will drank, so this was years ago.
Prehab Will.
Yeah, this was prehab Will. Prehab Will when he was fun. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, he just chain smoking. He's like, hey bro, can I smoke in here? I was like, you're already smoking.
So that's a yes? Or
I was like, I don't give a fuck, dude.
He's like, you're already 2 cigarettes in, Will. You want to smoke? Yes, you can. Just roll the window, crack the window.
I love hotboxing cigs is the grossest fucking thing. I used to hang out at this friend's apartment, and his bedroom specifically, we were allowed to, it was a 3-bedroom apartment, and we were allowed to smoke in his bedroom only, but the whole rest of the place smelled like it, because there'd be like 8 of us crammed in there.
Y'all didn't think to go outside?
No, and it would be the summer. Like, it wasn't even winter. We weren't even hiding from the weather. We're just like, shit. They can't tell us what to do. I think all those kids quit. Like, we burned ourselves out real hard.
Hotboxing cigarettes is literally going into any small town bar.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally it. Literally, like, you smell like it. Your car smells like it the next day after you've been out.
Well, it's like when you open the door to go in and you just see kind of smoke rolling out.
It's like, there's definitely something.
It was like, well,
this place definitely doesn't have smoke detectors.
We updated our air filtration system. I was like, no, you fucking didn't.
I was like, updating your air filtration system isn't Billy Bob with a fucking like oscillating fan pointing out the window. I was like, it's a $10 $10 box fan from Walmart, and Billy Bob's got out the fucking window.
It's like when
updating your system.
When I wake up the next morning, and it feels like I've been smoking. That's why I don't do cigars anymore. I know I used to drink at the house, and I would get a cigar. And
we would do it like every once in a while, like celebratory.
And I would wake up, and I'd just be like, "Oh, I feel like dog shit."
Cigars are the canes of smoking.
It's just like, oh, you got a cigar? You know what you're talking about. I don't have to fucking do
Tell
anything.
me how
to live my life.
It's like I don't have to do anything. I'm smoking this cigar.
Yeah. I have very little to do for at least the next hour.
Yeah,
that's what a cigar is.
As long as it takes to get to about an inch left of the cigar. I'm good.
Cheyenne's like, I like smoking cigars. I was like, what kind of cigar? She's like, Swisher Sweets, not a cigar. I was like, not a cigar. I was like,
it's a blunt wrap.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a Trojan horse. That tobacco inside is a trick.
Yeah. And I was just like, not a cigar. And I was just like, are you 16 inside?
I was really poor when I was smoking. I'm still very poor. For the listeners out there,
no money, don't rob me.
Yeah, so we're starting a GoFundMe for Grant.
Yeah. If you see me at an open mic, throw me a dime.
I'll catch it in my beer.
But I used to smoke if I was really broke and I couldn't afford to get cigs.
Yeah.
I would go get Swishers and just smoke them as Swishers, not as a blunt.
Right.
And I've never had more eyes of pity on me at parties. So, I remember I was at this house show, lots of kind of cool hipstery kids around, and there to see cool bands. It was a holiday, so it was an all day kind of show at this house. And I was there, and my brother's like, "You want to go?" And I was like, "Sure." I'll get drunk literally anywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm outside smoking a chocolate Swisher, and
They make
I felt.
I thought it was regular and great. And that was it.
It might have just been an old Tootsie Roll.
That's a Canadian cigar.
Wrapped in denim. God.
But I heard people smelling it and slowly I was standing by myself and everybody else is in little clusters of kids in Strokes t-shirts just being is that dude actually smoking a Swisher right now? To the point where I shrunk down to being 9 again. I'm gonna leave this party.
Maybe I was my cheat day.
It's the chocolate Swisher. It's my cheat day.
You're trying to quit smoking so your cheat day just to get by a Swisher.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I remember when we thought in high school Swishers were fucking cool. It was dude, they got a wood tip. That fucking shit ain't wood.
That wasn't a Swisher. That
Black
was
and Mild.
Black and Mild,
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah. Black and Milds, when I was 18, I used to buy Black and Milds and walk around my parents' neighborhood at night and smoke 2 Black and Milds, and I would really get pensive. That's when I became an existentialist.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's crazy.
I know our grandma, she used to smoke the packs. It's a pack of the Swisher Sweets, but the actual cigars that he used to
they come in like a paper pack.
Right, that has a filter on it and everything.
Yeah.
I remember those. She's like, I'm quitting cigarettes, and she just bought those.
Yeah.
Our grandma also said, seriously. She's like, I'm quitting cigarettes, and she's bought those.
She's really slicing it pretty thin on that.
No, but our grandma also says she doesn't drink, but she'll drink a whole fucking fifth of Bailey's. She's like, I just love the taste. I was like, it's fucking milk. I was like, it's eggnog, but just better.
Dirty milk.
Dirty milk. Fucking expensive milk, dude. Shit's fucking expensive.
It is. It's $38 for a fucking bottle.
For a half gallon, it's $38.
Have you ever done those Irish coffees?
No.
Yeah, I don't like Irish.
I don't really care for it.
Too. I feel like it comes with a nap. It's like
Yeah.
the Clydesdale of the cart of the drinking the Baileys is naps. It's coming with.
It's like
an
an English breakfast. It's like eggs, bacon. Oh wait, baked beans. Yeah, we got everything here.
See, I'm not a fan of it because I had one. It was a hot one too. It was like a hot.
Yeah, that's how I've done it.
And it was like it was like you taste it and you're just like, oh, up front it's good, but then you just like get that vodka kind of aftertaste, and I'm just like, I don't know if I like this.
Yeah, it's got a little bite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's usually how I drink my alcohol anyway. Like like my mixed drinks and stuff. If you can't taste it, it ain't no good. So, just saying.
And that's why Ryan drinks alone.
That's true.
Oh, that's
Hey, I'm fun though to drink alone. I have a good
My
time.
dog tells me I'm hilarious.
I have a good time. I was singing. I was listening to a song meal prepping today, and I was like singing a song, and I forget what it was, but it said something, and I was like, "Are you?" And I was like pointing at him. He's just like looking at me, and I was like,
He's pointing at his dog, by the way, not his penis.
"No, not my penis. Are you? Yeah. And then he wouldn't get out of the way, and I was like, "Move, you fucking fat ass." He always gets in the way. Of course, when I'm cooking food, he's always right there. But
It sounds like a premium series on TikTok. Do you use TikTok?
no, I
Do
don't.
you use TikTok? No. I have this idea. I made one TikTok.
Let me guess, you use TikTok.
Like one time 2 weeks ago. I thought I was about to just like really take off. And then I did it one time 2 weeks ago, and now I've just been like, now all I do is I sit around and I only smoke weed at night now.
Yeah.
But I do every night, and so like at night or when the ideas come, and I set, so now I come up with ideas for TikTok videos, but then I'm like, what am I, a 13-year-old girl? Like, I'm not going to make TikTok. What am I, a K-pop fan? But the one idea I have that I like is, and I'll never do it, so feel free to steal it. But it's called TikTok on TikTok, and it's just talking about the dangers of getting ticks and Lyme disease.
You know what? You might be popular for that.
That's maybe. Next time I'm on the podcast, I'm going to be blown up.
Or you could just talk about how stupid TikTok is on TikTok.
Yeah, you would probably get a lot of views.
Just ranting and raving.
Yeah.
You doing that one TikTok 2 weeks ago as your Swisher cheat day.
It was the chocolate Swisher of TikToks.
Did you tell your girlfriend about it?
Hell yeah, I did. Because I was really playing into the genre. Like, the whole TikTok was me being like, hey guys, I'm staying home from work today to clean my apartment because my girlfriend loves when I do that. So here we go. And then it's just me chasing the dog with the vacuum. And it's me so dancing with a broom and a dustpan. Like,
so was she like super supportive or?
Oh yeah, she screenshotted it and posted it to her Snapchat. She was like, with all my info and shit. I was like,
see, my girlfriend's super supportive too. And I was just like, babe, I think I want to do it. She's like, yeah, that sounds really good.
Of what?
And then she'll just anything.
Oh, okay.
Just anything. And then she'll be like, talking to her sister, she'll be like, I can't believe he's fucking doing this. And then something will sound off to her and she's just like, I don't know.
Yeah. I think you just have to learn to read people.
Yeah.
Like, so, in Indiana, people are nice, but they're nice for a lot of different reasons.
They're straight up talk shit behind your back.
Yeah, they will. Or they'll be nice and like, oh yeah, I could see it. And you're just like, fuck you. Tell me you hate it.
Or they'll be like,
honestly, I'd rather you be honest with me.
Or they'll tell you they'll politely tell you to do something with a smile, but they have hate eyes. So we call that a double fuck you.
Well, I remember my first job. I saw a guy. It was a guy I played football with in high school. I saw his grandpa at a casino, and he asked me. I talked to him, and I didn't really know who he was, and he talked to me, and he's just like, oh, what do you do now? Construction? I was like, no, I work at a call center, and he's just like, oh. Like when you talk to people and you're just like, you tell them what you're doing or you tell them something
because from our hometown, any natural job after you graduate high school is construction, right? But it's just like, oh, what do you do now? Construction.
But they have like a pinned thing that they think that you should be doing, and then you just like tell them that, and you're just like a worthless piece of shit, and you like call people in the middle of the night. And it's just
Ryan, I'm not gonna lie. I think being at a call center is way way better than me in construction.
Yeah.
Working construction scares the shit out of me.
Really?
I've always told people, like, 2 things I can never do: construction and join the military. And it has nothing to do with beliefs about anything.
Right.
It just has to do with my girlish wrists. I just know how sad I would be.
Have you ever been in construction?
No, I don't even like to help my friends move.
It's just like, what's that, manual labor? Okay, no thank you. TikTok, here I come.
I got more of a dog walking body, I think.
You know, you could move back to Vancouver and you could make a lot of fucking money walking dogs.
dogs.
You really could. You really could.
It was a natural progression from babysitting as a teenager. I was always a babysitter as a teenager because I was the oldest of 5. And so everyone in my neighborhood's like, he can probably do it. Like,
You have 4 younger brothers and sisters?
I have 5 now, because 2 of them are adopted from China.
Okay.
And, but one was adopted when I was, like, young, when I was, like, 10, and the other one was adopted when I was, like, 21. So she's around later. But yeah, I'm the oldest, and I'm, like, such a, like, awkward, weird oldest child.
Right. Yeah, it's just like, hey, Grant's babysitting us. It's like, he was like, wait, your brother Grant's babysitting? That dude's weird. It's like, and they're like 7.
Oh, they all loved me, but they would love me because I was also a child. Like, even like, I'm 31 now, I'm still like 12.
It's just like, hey, can I run with these scissors in the house? Sure, whatever, just don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go smoke a chocolate swisher in the backyard.
Come get me if you fuck something up.
No bleeding.
Yeah. No bleeding. If you do, help the others.
Yeah.
Have an injury buddy.
Keep the knife fights designated to the kitchen.
Don't kill Piggy.
I'm just glad you didn't call him Porky.
You knew what I meant.
Yeah.
So you have, since we're twins, what's it like being the oldest? Just whatever.
It was nice. I was gonna ask you guys if you ever fought as kids, because
We fight now.
I saw
We
my
fought
brothers.
on the phone on the way to me coming to get you.
You didn't even call me.
No, I didn't even call him.
As kids, did you physically fight with each other?
Yeah, we didn't. It wasn't so much like fist fighting.
Wrestling?
Wrestling, not so much. Fist fighting, like very mildly.
Yeah.
But it was more like, since we were always bigger growing up, so it's more like whatever we can pick up is getting thrown.
Okay, yeah.
So we're talking like ottomans, tables, like those fucking lunch trays you like bring into your living room when you don't eat like a family.
Did you guys watch wrestling as kids?
Yeah.
We
So
watched
that
it
was
for a
some of the
time.
inspiration for
Right.
throwing shit?
No, we were just fat.
We were just I don't know, corn-fed white boys,
Yeah.
and that's how we did it.
Yeah.
And
Well,
like,
it's kind of unavoidable. Like, I mean, because you hear, like, even guys, like, not with younger sisters for the most part, but with older sisters, like, you hear about, like, guys fighting their older sisters and shit
Right.
growing up, and, like, oh, that was the only thing that I liked about being the oldest was that I was just bigger.
right.
Like,
Right.
that was the only, because other than that, it was like, I wasn't, like, most astronauts are oldest children.
Yeah.
I'm fucking doing open mic comedy at 31. Like, I didn't rise to the achievements that might have been prophesied through my standardized testing. But,
So what are your other siblings do then?
my brother works for, I have one brother in town. There was a period when I had like 3 or 4 siblings here all at the same time going to
really?
school. But we're from Carmel, like north of Indianapolis.
A lot of roundabouts.
I told my girlfriend, I was like, we're actually the roundabout capital of the world, I think. I don't think any place has as many roundabouts as we do. But one of them still lives in town. He works for a record label in town. He does like packing and distribution and stuff. And then he runs with a friend like their own little record label where they sign like SoundCloud albums.
Oh, okay.
And then release them on vinyl and shit.
Right.
So it's cool. My other brother works in IT for like phone stuff. So he just like hears people be like, my iPhone's not working, like all
Yeah.
day, every day. And then I have a sister who just graduated college and she's a mental health counselor at a school now.
Really?
And then I have a sister who's in San Jose, California, doing some kind of like AmeriCorps kind of thing, where she's like working with kids and getting paid something for it. I don't know.
Getting paid something.
And then the other one works at McAllister's.
Okay.
And I've worked at 3 McAllister's in my life, so it really feels like a full circle family moment.
So basically, all of them have a career.
They all have lives. We'll say that.
And the only thing Grant has is like,
I've been smoking the same Pall Mall since I was 10.
I haven't had a bed. I didn't have a bedroom for 5 years. And then last year I moved in with my girlfriend, and I was like, I was like an ape who like found an indoor space he was allowed. He's like, blanket mine.
Yeah, it's like all his siblings are like kind of successful and stuff, and like he tells jokes and smokes weed at night.
Yeah, exactly.
And works at a gas station. 2 days a week.
your life is Clerks.
It's dangerously close to Clerks. Comedy is hockey is my comedy.
Yeah.
That's all.
So what you're saying is you would totally open your own gas station.
It's weird working at the gas station because I'm working with the owner sometimes. Like, he's at the other register. Yeah. And it's like, he's making, infinitely more money than I am. So I am embarrassingly underpaid at the gas station. Yeah. But I like hanging out there. They let me play podcasts, so I'll sit there and listen to Mark Maron's podcast. And if it gets too graphic, I have to turn it down. But like, for the most part, I hang out and I know what everybody in town smokes now. And you sell people weird dick pills sometimes. Like, you really get like an inside. And people want to have a nice interact. Like, if I'm at the gas station, I want the person at the register to think I'm the best person in the world in like 1 minute. And so I can feel people doing that to me too, and like looking for like some banter. And some days I'll just like turn it on and it's like I'm like the prince of the marathon, and some days
that's what I was going to ask you. Is it a marathon?
It is a marathon.
Because I usually have the dick pills.
Yeah.
How many of those dick pill things do you actually sell?
Not a lot, but the people we sell them to are scary. Like, there's one called Swag. Have you heard of Swag?
No.
It's Swag stands for oh shit, I can't remember. But it says 1 to hit it, 2 to kill it. It comes with 2 pills, and it is disturbing. Like, people come in, and I love people come in and they'll like look at the counter and be like, yeah, sir, I think I'd like to try a Swag.
Sir, I gotta start out before you go, sir.
Listen,
I think I'd like to try a Swag
before you go and buy black market dick pill. Excuse me, sir.
He tips his
I would appreciate if you take time out of your day and you hand me one of these Swags, as you call it.
I'm like, which pill was it you wanted? And he pulls out his cane and he points right at the Swag.
He's like, that guy knows what he's talking about. Also, pack of chocolate Swishers. I got the roll of fatty.
See, at the gas station in our hometown, the Marathon, of course, that's like the number one.
They said that was the thing that made the most money
the dick pills?
Yeah.
Shit. Well, we have the Swags and then we have the Rhinos.
Yeah, I've seen the Rhinos. That's the good shit.
And there are a variety of the Rhinos where I can't help but wonder, like, are people trying all of them? Is
like
it just like, oh, you use those Rhino 50/50s, fucking pussy? Like, it's just monsters coming in. I say the one I work at has a little crispy, crunchy chicken restaurant thing inside of it. And I'm like, it doesn't feel like I'm working at a gas station. It feels like I'm working at like a little underground lottery casino, slash head shop slash chicken shack.
It's like the black market, but it has like they're all the same.
Yeah.
It's just like, this is the black market restaurant. You get everything here.
Yeah.
It's like the bodega for like Midwest black markets.
That's
That's what it is. Pretty much. Literally what
It
it is.
does have real bodega because it's right outside that trailer park on 17th Street. And so it's got this real like redneck bodega vibe to it. Like you can tell when everybody gets their like little income tax checks and shit. People are just income tax swag balling.
Yeah, third week of the month.
Yeah.
Like, hey, bro, you got any of them there rhinos? He's like, gotta bang my stepsister.
I've been riding out this unemployment since 1988. Same year I started smoking Pall Mall greens. I love Pall Mall greens because they taste like the spanking I used to get for stealing them from my grandmother.
It's just one of those things that reminds me I'm home.
And see, those are the people that would never get cancer from that shit. They'll
No, those are the people that never die.
they're just a shit.
They're one of those that, like, after they finish the cigarette, they just leave it in their mouth for 3 hours. And they just chew on the filter. It's just like,
burnt out.
Yeah, they just chew on the filter. It's just like, it's good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Reminds me of the good old days 17 minutes ago.
Those are the people that when it doesn't matter how cold it gets, they've been smoking so long, they don't go inside.
Yeah.
It's like, no 2 puff shits, I'm finishing this motherfucker.
Yeah. Smoking rules are so weird now because now we're in this generation where like kids think smoking is dumb.
Yeah,
like that
right.
took a long fucking time, but like we still can't get past like people aren't allowed to smoke inside, but there's this 8-foot rule, which is just imaginary because anybody can blow smoke 8 feet. I used to say that. I was like, I'll blow smoke inside this Applebee's from 7 feet away. I'm catch a good breeze. I'm gonna punish everyone.
Let's be honest, if any restaurant deserves cigarette smoke blowing it, it's Applebee's.
It's Applebee's. Give it a little texture, you know?
Right. You gotta have some kind of ashy flavor to your Fiesta chicken.
I remember going to Applebee's for the first time as a kid, and the first however many times in the 90s, and it was half smoking, half non-smoking.
Really?
Yeah. And it used to be like much weirder, like decorated. Like there'd be like just an old trumpet on the wall. And you're like, why is there just a trumpet? And like a weird like class picture of David Letterman. It's just like anything they can find.
It's like shenanigans.
Yeah, that is
Everything.
more like what it was. And then at some point they kind of like homogenized it all and like sold off all that shit. And now they just put up like whatever high school is in the area. Yeah.
Which, hey, it's just like, oh, hey, we're taking the team out to dinner. Where we going? Applebee's.
Oh, for
Applebee's.
sure.
They got my high school yearbook and a plaque in there. You can see my name.
Baby back ribs, $21.99.
My girlfriend said her dad's favorite steak is Applebee's steak. Really? And I'm like, that's the Coors Light beer or the Bud Light beer answer is like, I'm pretty sure you never had a steak.
People were putting them on blast there for a little bit because you could get like a regular pint glass beer and it was like $4.99 or something like that. And you could pay like $2 more and get a tall beer, but they would take the regular pint beer and it would fit in the taller beer. So like, let me speak to your fucking manager.
It was like a viral video. The guy had a regular beer and he just finished the tall beer and he goes, filled the fucker up.
Oh,
it was crazy.
Shady ass Applebee's.
Yeah.
Literally, your girlfriend's dad just sounds like the typical man from the Midwest.
He's a man. He's
just the typical.
He's Indiana king of the hill.
He's like, got your new mower? Yep.
That grass cutting green.
That's like saying that Taco Bell is like legitimately good tacos.
Is it not?
No, no, it's not. It's not.
It's like aliens trying to recreate what they think Mexico is. I used to go to Taco Bell so often that one day I walked in and the guy goes, "How you been, man? I haven't seen you in a day or two." My joke always was like, I made spaghetti at home one night and this guy thought I died.
This is actually a fucking true story. A guy I work with now, he used to work at the Taco Bell in our hometown because he's from the same town. and he remembers working at Taco Bell when we used to live together in the same house, and we would go there every Saturday for breakfast when we were fat and gross people. And he remembers that we would show up every Saturday morning and hungover, and he remembers what we would order.
Really?
Yeah, true fucking story. He goes, yeah, you guys would both get like the loaded potato burritos, and you get like 3 or 4 different things each. And you guys always get like 2 breakfast crunch wraps and like 2 fucking burritos and all this other shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, this is fucking weird.
Yeah.
I was
It's like
like,
we used to go to we would get shit house, and we'd drink like a shitload of Busch Light, and then we go to Long John Silver's right when they open up the next day, and we get spend like $25 a piece.
we'd order a combo meal and then order an additional $10 on the menu on the fucking counter.
Long John Silver's is so shitty, it almost makes me never want to go back to the
Yeah.
beach.
It's fucking.
I knew a guy in high school who worked at Long John Silver's, and he was the fry cook. And I seen him one day, and I waved at him, and I was like, dude, and I asked him one day at school, I was like, why do you wear those sleeves? He's like, bro, you don't wear them, you get 3rd-degree fucking burn. He's like, I swear to God, it's lava. He's like, I burned myself one time through the sleeve, never fucking do it again. Never, dude. And he worked there for like all through high school, and he's like, I fucking hate my job.
I worked at Fazoli's for a couple years, and I was cooking in the back, and I used to fucking love it. I would pop Adderall and just be like, look at me, I'm a cooking boy! Like,
So many breadsticks I can pop out in 2 minutes.
yeah,
Trick question, it's 58.
dude, I'm such like a cocky piece of shit. Like, I would pass like a flatbread through the window, and I'd be like, that looks better than the menu, bitches. But I used to get burnt there so much, it looked like I was cutting myself.
Really?
Like, yeah, I just lit up my arms,
Wow.
and it's all faded. Like, I really thought I was like scarred for life, and like,
really?
it's all disappeared over time. My dad, I used to give plasma when I was 18, and I just started doing it again this year. And my dad, it reminded me, because my dad, when I was 18, used to be like, you're never going to be able to get a job. He's like, they're going to think you're a junkie. I was like, I feel like I can pretty quickly explain that I'm not one.
Right.
And I think he was trying to, like, kind of like wink, wink, nudge, nudge, like, you're not a normal person. Like, they're not going to believe you.
So are you the black sheep then of your family?
Hell yeah. Yeah, like, and I celebrate it. I like to think of it more as like I'm like the ringleader. Like, they miss me when I'm not there, but they worry about me a lot, probably.
Right. It's just like, haven't seen Grant in a day or two.
There was a
It's like I just stayed home and watched movies.
There was a period when I would like show up to family gatherings and I would just like have a black eye. And they would be like, where'd that come from? And I'm like, you tell me, Mom. I have no idea.
It's like, we just brought everybody here for a spaghetti dinner.
It's a fun badge, Mom. That's what we call it.
Right.
That's crazy. And all your brothers and sisters are just like, yep.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I got arrested a couple times. One for having shrooms and weed and some stuff, and like that was a whole thing. But then I got a DUI the next year.
Yeah.
And so between those two, it was like enough ammunition for people to worry about me forever. Like,
I would say so.
Because they're like, okay, so drugs, and he's out of control and driving around town.
And honestly, where you come from in Indiana, it's a nice city.
Yeah.
And you seem like you come from a nice family. So I'm pretty sure anybody that's just like, oh, did you hear about Billy? He jaywalked one time. I'm worried.
Yeah.
I'm very worried about him. But you just went like, I'm just gonna be Brad Pitt from Fight Club. I'm just gonna start fucking.
Grant got a speeding ticket. Is he okay?
Yeah, exactly. Can he afford that?
It's like he got arrested for what? And
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry for your family. We're gonna pray for you guys at church.
Yeah.
Oh, people are still praying.
Yeah, like when you go see your family, it's just like, oh, Grant's here. Oh, Grant. And they're just like, oh, Grant. He was like, hey.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
And I'm so nice. I think that's part of it is like I'm Indiana like, I think people consider me, like, Indiana badass, which
Right.
is, like, in New York would be me just sitting on a park bench, like,
Basically.
feeding pigeons, you
Right.
know, like, that's the equivalent. Like, I'm not hard. I said before, you said, what do you want in your coffee? And I was like, I'll drink it black. And you're like, oh. And I'm like, that is as thug as I get. Like, getting to roll into Starbucks and be like, Grande, I'll take it black. It's like, they're going to think I'm so fucking cool. Yeah, I'm one of those. I'm kind of a young Jack Nicholson type.
You are definitely one flew over the cuckoo's nest.
That's for sure.
I was talking to Cheyenne about having you on, and she's like, have I ever met him? I was like, oh no.
No.
If you met Grant, you would know.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's a character. She's like, I'm going to like the episode. I was like, yeah, you are.
I'm for sure fun. I've also realized, like, I think I had a worry for a while that, like, oh, if I chill out on the drinking and shit, like, maybe I've been trying to work out this thing to talk about on stage where, like, I quit smoking cigarettes, like, 7 months ago, and I used to, like, use cigarettes to, like, go on walks at night, because I like to walk around at night, and I was, like, in my head, it was like, oh, it's less creepy if I'm smoking a cigarette.
Right.
Because then I'm a guy who's out smoking a cigarette. Right. I'm not just roaming.
Instead of just some random guy walking
exactly,
around.
like looking like Slender Man.
What's that song from the Lost Boys? It's like
People are strange when you're a stranger.
You look like Grant. Walking
That's one of
around.
my favorite albums. That's a Doors album.
Yeah. Literally, okay, I remember when I was on stage one time and I was hosting, and Logan, you just got done with your set, and Logan's like, hey, he's like, just say that Grant looks like he smokes meth on the moon. And I went up there and said it. I remember you were just like, what the fuck? I was like,
Well, Logan always calls me a bag of, or a skeleton wrapped in a condom.
you're the next Trojan commercial.
It took me a while. Hosting, you get good at kind of being like a little roasty like that, and I like hosting, so like I'm kind of like, I'm pretty good. Sometimes I'll be a little off, and all my burns are like, he looks like he likes Cheetos too much, and people are like, what the fuck does that mean? But Logan, once he got off stage and he was talking about how he thought he had diabetes, and I got on stage and I was like, we got diabetes in my family too, but in my family you're born with it.
That's pretty good. That is pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
man.
I think the first time you actually let me host on stage at the mic, I was just, I was just, he was like, hey, you want to host? I was like, yeah, sure, will. And, so I was up there, and I actually got a lot of material from hosting. And it's a good way to get good material. Just short one-liners.
Yeah.
But I can't remember her name, but she got off a stage, and I think she won the Comedy Addict show this year.
Oh, M. Davis?
I think.
Yeah.
It might not have been her. It might have been somebody different. There's that group of girls.
Uh-huh.
But, so she got off stage and she was talking about catfishing, and I was just like, I'm gonna throw this out here. Let's just see what fucking redneck brain does real quick. And I was like, I always thought catfishing was when you put your hand down a girl's pants and you wiggle your finger so something bites it. just fucking throwing it out there. Yeah, it's pervy. Yeah, I'm probably better than that. But at the time, it was really funny.
That's the thing about hosting is you have to say something in between everybody.
Right.
It doesn't always have to be a joke. You can just be like, coming up next, but like to be in the flow, like for the most part, you have to say something. And sometimes it doesn't even make sense because you only have 5 minutes to think of it. Like they're on stage for 5 minutes, then you're right back on. And so I try to comment on people's stuff, but like I hosted at the Comedy Addict this past week on Thursday, and one guy I just got up after and I was like, he's got all the charm of a glue sniffer. And like, and that's just that's almost hack as shit. Like, that's almost me. Like, I can use that for anybody. Like, anybody could get up and tell any joke, and I could just be like, you got all the charm of a guy who eats mashed potatoes cold.
Those are good fucking memories, man.
Yeah, man.
Maybe one day it'll open back up.
It'll be back. Yeah, it's only a matter. We've been doing like this outdoor mic on Mondays sometimes. The Comedy Attic pulled half their seats out.
Yeah.
So it's like half reduced, and then everybody has to wear masks the whole time. So they're at least trying, and I appreciate having the space, but it's still like, I've been places where they're not taking it as seriously, and I want to do sets.
Right.
But I also want everybody's grandparents to live. So it's this fine line of like trying to be really responsible, but then also like still be willing to go do stuff and just do it responsibly. And oh god, one of the episodes I listened to today, just like trying to get in your guys' flow a little bit. I listened to a couple. One of them I listened to was from February. Yeah. And it was it was the day before the Super Bowl. Yeah. And my girlfriend and I were listening to it, and you guys were talking about the pandemic, but only 8 people in the country had it so far. Yeah. It was like 1 person in Delaware, 1 person in Michigan. So I was like, we were listening to it, and I was like, this is like a goofy-ass show all the time. And then weirdly, this episode is like a historical document.
It's like every once in a while we're like the funny's just not there. Like we've had a rough week or something that like so far, and then we'll just like sit here and talk about some serious shit, and then it just keeps getting serious. And then sometimes I'm like, pause it, hold on. What the fuck are we doing? Yeah. I was like, what are we doing? I was like, I get it. If it's not there, let's just stay interesting and talk about something. Yeah. But I was like, the funny is not fucking there.
Yeah, you're not always feeling it.
And then sometimes we'll start out super awkward, and then somebody will say something funny, and then it just blows the fuck up from there.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you said, you were listening to the JD Save My Life. Were you listening to that one?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that one, who the fuck knew where that was going? It just kept fucking going. It's good. One thing that is really good is that we're twins and we seem to think alike and we know what's going to make the other one laugh. And apparently we're doing fairly well. Every month we keep getting more downloads. So obviously we're doing something right.
Yeah, that's great. My girlfriend at one point when we were listening to it, she goes, I get it. They're like brothers talking to each other. She's pretty funny.
You definitely gotta listen to this one there. You definitely got the plot. You got the plot to this movie. You get the golden snitch.
Yes.
Yeah, because we don't have a specific theme.
And guess what? Your big reward is you can have your boyfriend back. I'm sorry, but we just don't have the room for him. Okay? I don't like switchers.
I mean, he fits in the corner, but we don't have room for him.
We can stick a lampshade on him. And he'll blend right in. But he's got to go to the bathroom sometime. And I don't like the smell of swishers, so I don't want that around.
I'm off the swishers.
My cheat day was a long time
ago. Back in my day.
Oh, yeah, man. So, do you have anything to promote or anything?
No. You can see me at the Comedy Attic sometimes. When Bear's Place comes back, like, it'll be a Monday, but that's extended.
Grant is so chill. He should be the actual host of the MyPillow commercial.
FYI, those pillows fucking suck.
The MyPillows? Yeah. I have one, and my girlfriend has taken claim to it.
Really?
But she sleeps with it between her legs. It's her, like, knee pillow. And
see, my girlfriend has one of those, too. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't really either.
It's like pussy.
We have, like, 8 pillows in our bed, and I sometimes get one.
So this is when she's mad at you and she builds a little Grant wall.
Yeah.
She has like night terrors and we just gotta build like a fucking wall.
Yeah. I'm shivering.
I just want some love.
Right.
Siobhan, if you're listening to this, give me pillows.
All right. Well, that is the episode, everybody. Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys a lot. Of course, we couldn't do this show without you. Of course, go rate and review us on whatever platform you listen to. Remember to tell a friend. Go check out our YouTube, whatever. Go check out our shit. We love you guys so much. Thank you. Remember, wash your hands, wash your ass, stay safe. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Thank you all so much. And Grant, one day the open mic at Bear's Place, and that's in Bloomington, Indiana, will be open again soon. We don't know when. It's just TBA.
And I'm gonna have a TV show in like 12 years, so that'll be fun. That'll be fun.
Remember where he got his start, right?
Remember that chocolate swisher asshole from the Cumcast?
Yeah, it's going to be a spoof off of Coming to America. It's called Coming in America, Coming in Canada.
Yeah, Coming in Canada.
Coming in Canada. Really, that's what it's called. Starring Grant Volkmar. So thank you all so much. We appreciate the fuck out of you, Grant. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah,
This was a great episode, and I knew we would have a great time. We are at a record high with downloads, everybody, so thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, listen to us. Remember, please subscribe, like Ryan said, and please tell a friend. And if you rate and review us, it just helps people find this podcast and make it more available, and you can find it anywhere you can get podcasts. So just tell people, tell a friend. Love the fuck out of you guys so much. Don't forget, if you're joining a cult, you want to join this one. Grant, end the podcast in one word. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Oof.
As always, much love. Don't forget, when life gets hard and life gets you down, you buy some dick pills, read a good book, drink a good beer, and milk that motherfucking pig, everybody.
Peace.
We out.